Teams are both aggressive, attacking in transition.
Well, you've got to play to your strengths, right? But really, the league in general is looking for early offense. These teams, no different.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the 3. Here's Tatum. Out to White. The wide open look here for Holiday. No good from outside. Got the defender off his feet with the pump fake, but couldn't knock it down. Williams passes to Holmgren. Holiday against Gilgeous-Alexander. Wiggins from outside. Buries it from three-point range.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Doris, do you think the Oklahoma City Thunder has the best young core in the NBA?
Well, they are absolutely loaded with talent, Kevin. Not only that, they fit together. Now they've got a perennial MVP because Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has inserted himself into the best player in the game conversation and a rising star in Chet Holmgren. Look out.
And I love the competitive edge Holmgren plays with, coming right back with his own triple.
Tatum. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. Here's Williams.
You have to love the mindset of Porzingis trying to contest every shot he can. Plays with so much energy.
Outside Holiday. Wiggins with the rebound.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. It's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Pass to Holiday. Out to Porzingis. Takes a 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. And here's Wiggins. Outside, Dort. Williams against Porzingis. Williams passes to Holmgren. 5 to shoot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
Well, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, that 3-level scoring ability, that time working the mid-range.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task, guys.
Thanks so much, David.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense, but you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him. Kristaps Porzingis is a tough cover. This guy knows he can make threes. Now you get inside the lane and look out.
Williams, a screen on Holiday. Taken away by Holiday. Now the fast break. Tatum with the ball. Releases. White, wide open. He fires. Good, and it's Tatum picking up the assist.
Love to see Derek White go right up with it off the catch. No doubt right there. Just get the jumper flowing.
Yeah, really good defensive play to cut him off there and square up.
And the Celtics making a change here. Horford's checked in. Alex Caruso, who's checked in for Oklahoma City. Now here is Holiday. There's 57 seconds left in the first. Holmgren with the steal. Here's Williams. And Williams throws it down. Beautiful
Beautiful reverse jam right there.
Use the rim to protect the ball, I think. Back to Horford. Pass to Holiday. Over in the corner, White. A three-pointer is right on target. White's got a pair of threes now in the first quarter for the Celtics. The Thunder with the lead. Knocks it loose. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Brown. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well, Jaylen Brown has quality handles now. Relentless on the attack when he's got the rock in his hands.
Pass to Williams. It's Dort on the wing. Here's Caruso. Williams outside. Trains it from beyond the arc. Williams has got 5.
This guy can do so much for you on the offensive end, and that is why his number gets called time and time again. I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
And a high score. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
So for Oklahoma City right now, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Isaiah Joe. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. And it's Alex Caruso. And it's Williams at the power forward. Now here's Tatum. Nothing on the board. Craig can't get it to go. And the way the Celtics can attack teams' doors with their 5-out set, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Here's Tatum after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Out to the right wing. And with that, the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 2 points with that basket from Craig.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
The shot's good. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Craig sets the screen for Tatum out to the wing. Craig sets the screen for Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Just 5 on the clock. Tatum downhill and slam dunk by Tatum.
Don't sleep on Jason Tatum's athleticism. This guy attacks the basket with ferocity.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Hartenstein with it. Caruso with the ball. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. It doesn't go for him. Great D that time from Tatum. And Isaiah Joe picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Zinkas is checked in for the Celtics. Holiday comes in for Torrey Craig. The Thunder also changing it up. Chad Holmgren comes in for Jang. And it's Dort in for Isaiah Joe. The wide open look here for Porzingis. A miss that time would have put him up. Thunder have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can't be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report. You know, Doris, from the moment Jason Tatum entered the NBA, he has been the guy on his team. How big a burden do you think that is for a player to carry?
Well, Jason Tatum, regardless of how much responsibility he has always worn it gracefully. This young man, from the time he was a little kid in St. Louis, has dreamed of leading an NBA team. He is doing exactly that.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. They trail by 1. Porzingis with a screen on Holmgren. Porzingis inside, working on Holmgren. The Celtics working the ball around now. 5 on the clock, and Holiday kicks to Tatum. No good on the 3. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Back to Caruso. We've got 1:08 left to play in the first half. Holmgren can't hit.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Dort against Holiday. Pass to Pritchard. Outside Tatum. Outside Porzingis. No good on the triple.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Now here's Holmgren from the arc. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Holmgren with the steal.
Celtics foul.
Both teams will make substitutions.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitution on the floor.
19 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Holmgren can't hit.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chipping.
Brown kicks to White. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Dort.
All the officials are all over that.
Boston shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one.
And a season ago at the charity stripe, this is a group that shot an impressive 81%.
And that's it for the first half of action. What's been a very close game here. Thunder lead by 2. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. An exceptional performance from Drew Holiday.
Man, he's been running wild on them through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. That's the Boston 5. Nice shot by Porzingis. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
The kick out to Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. Outside Williams. Kicks it out to Wiggins. Clock at 6. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Holiday. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Boston's gone 7 of 15 from three-point range tonight. They're not afraid of that shot. White the pass to Porzingis. Out left to the wing. To the inside. The kick out to Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And a wide open look here for Wiggins. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Wiggins has got 5 points so far. Guys, we're not through 3 quarters of play, but 6 lead changes already in this one.
Yeah, competitive, and I think we all can agree that we thought this would be the type of game that would come down to the end. and close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Here we are sizing up GA Jalen Williams, and his shooting has got to be his biggest strength.
Absolutely. He's great at spacing the floor for his teammates with his catch and shoot abilities, but he's equally gifted shooting off the dribble.
From 20 feet out, Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Holiday against Williams. Tatum on the wing. Holiday sets the pick for Tatum. Driving inside. And the dunk by Tatum.
But Jason Tatum worked hard, being comfortable in tight windows off the dribble drive. That was a nice-looking move.
Holmgren with a screen on Holiday. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. And out of bounds as the Celtics gain possession. Pritchard, he's checked in for Boston. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Hartenstein's checked in for Wiggins. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. In the corner, Tatum with it. Driving to the basket. The three from Porzingis. It's Chet Holmgren with the rebound. Holmgren's got 4 rebounds now tonight. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Listen, that's a look he can hit, but right now he can't throw it in the ocean.
Porzingis kicks to Holiday, and it goes out of bounds. That one off George.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Williams is checked in for Holmgren. Isaiah Joe comes in for George. And it's Cason Wallace in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Well, the ascension of Jalen Williams' doors has been swift and very fun to watch.
Oh, absolutely, Kevin. He became very quickly in his second season a number 2 option and frankly borderline 1A option. And it's not just his offensive game, Kevin. This guy has become a stout defender. He's got the perfect NBA frame and he fits in personality-wise.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Tatum. And Tatum hammers it home.
Oh, how easy it is to get off your feet. How about the spring from Jason Tatum?
Wallace, the pass to Joe. Screen by Hartenstein. Joe can't get it to go.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Out to Porzingis. Holiday, the pass to Porzingis. Rebound by Williams.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Celtics leading by 3. Outside, Porzingis. And stolen by Wallace. Over in the corner, Williams. Pass to Hartenstein. Here's Wallace. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Celtics out in front, up 3. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the 4th quarter. Williams is out there with Isaiah Hartenstein. Then there's Wallace. Then there's Isaiah Joe. And it's Caruso in at the 3, the small forward.
And defensively, you can't back off him that much. You don't want to give up easy threes at this stage of the game.
Tatum kicks to Craig. Pass to Hauser. Outside Tatum. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's safe to say Jason Tatum is a bona fide superstar.
He certainly is, Kevin, and really been a big-time star from the time he was 23 years old. Lots of pressure on this young player, but Jason's not only embraced it, he's thrived under it.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Tipped away. Craig finds Tatum. Outside, Horford. From deep. Good on the triple. And the Celtics lead by 1.
And guys getting into a nice groove here, starting to feel it.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling three-point opportunities.
And that one's good, Caruso.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Over in the corner, Williams. Shot clock at 5. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Ball is with a screen on Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Boston's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. Hauser the pass to Craig. Tatum at the elbow. In the corner, Horford with it. The Celtics working the ball around now. Oh, what strength and power from Tatum.
Well, Jason Tatum, in a big moment, he is unafraid.
Now, here's Caruso. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Caruso. An easy 2 points on the layup.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
Craig kicks to Tatum. 1:58 left in the 4th quarter. It's 3-pointers off the mark. For Oklahoma City, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the 4th quarter so far. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Boston trailing. Now White. At the elbow, it's Brown. Caruso with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Outside, Dort. Pass to Williams. Dort with a screen for Williams. Nice move with the drive. And it's Williams with the jam.
Big-time basket there on the inside. I mean, he had to get that one up and over the big guy.
Has the ability to score against size and goes with crucial.
Boston again missing.
Simply put, a bad shot, guys. They all know they can get a better look than that.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Oh, you love the aggressiveness and the swagger that Porzingis has to take that shot. Such a clutch play from the Latvian.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Williams, a screen on White. Back to Holmgren. Shot clock at 6. Dort finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Money!
And you can't get a bigger bucket than that.
I'll tell you, it takes confidence to pull the trigger in that situation. You love guys who relish the moment.
Porzingis passes to White. It's up a 3. Good! And that shot brings them to within just 1.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rising fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Caruso against Brown. Caruso looking for an opening. Pass to Dort. Back to Caruso. It's in!
Listen, he's streaky, but if he gets hot, you've got to run people out of anything you can do to disrupt his rhythm.
And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Austin with the ball. Here's White.
Number 21.
So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. This wins. Thank you, David.
toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
Randall against Tatum. Randall inside. Tatum with some nice D.
Aggressive mindset, but the defender just as determined to send him away empty-handed.
White can't hit.
Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
Pass to Randall. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. That one on White.
The creative finishing ability of Randall draws a lot of fouls.
Julius Randall, 3 shots.
He hits the second from the line. And he nails the third.
Well, he's certainly been on target with the free throws. Such an advantage when your bigs can knock them down from the line.
Porzingis misses. Clark, with Minnesota being a major player in the West now, Wolves Nation is howling.
Howling and growling, B.A. That's the name of their fan base. And, yeah, they're excited. And for good reason. Not only is this team competitive, but they can be downright dominant at times, especially at the defensive end of the floor. Easy group to cheer for.
Now here's Conley. Gobert with a screen on White. 6 to shoot. And stolen by Porzingis.
Oh, that's some pesky defense. Should have thought twice before attempting that pass.
It's Edwards on the wing. The 3. The rebound, Celtics.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
Holiday from long range. On the wing, Holiday. Drops in the 3.
Well, that assertive, confident attitude. I mean, Holiday knew as the pass was coming his way that he was going to catch it and let it go quickly.
Now here's Conley. Hey, hangs it midair and converts the double clutch layup.
It looked like that was going to be blocked, but then he pulled the Houdini act and flipped it in for the score.
Outside Porzingis. And the Celtics another 3.
The outside shooting of Porzingis. I mean, his teammates trust his ability to knock those down consistently, and he proved they're trustworthy.
Here's Edwards. Picked by Gobert. Edwards with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Oh, misses the dunk. And he lobs it up top.
Now that's a textbook alley-oop.
I thought he'd go for the slam, but that worked.
It actually almost makes it a little more special. Grace over power is how I would look at it.
Yeah, a shot that Randall has added to his repertoire. Shooting the 3 with confidence now.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
I caught up with Coach Joe Mazzulla. He was emphatic, saying that Edwards was their main concern, telling me Anthony poses problems on both sides of the ball, and he is relentless. He doesn't let up. He wants his guys to match Edwards' energy.
Appreciate the report, Allie. And he might not blow you away with numbers, but there's a reason why McDaniels is on the floor so often, Clark.
Hey, B.A., I love his versatility at both ends of the floor. He knows exactly what's needed from him by his team. He gives it to him. He doesn't need a lot of touches. He just plays the game. Love his motor. Love his consistency. He is the epitome of a value utility guy.
Brown gets the bucket.
When JB is on from here, it really boosts his team.
Conley passes to McDaniels. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
Boy, you've got to appreciate the passing there. Results in a great look.
Pass to Porzingis. Outside Holiday. This one for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
This isn't a shot Holiday will pass up. He's a reliable three-point shooter.
Conley against Holiday. Got a piece of it. Brown with the steal. Oh, there's the alley. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead, holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover.
Pass to Edwards. Outside McDaniels. 5 to shoot. Outside Edwards. 3-pointer. Rebound Boston.
And just executing your offense earlier in the clock helps you avoid shots like that.
Tatum finds Holiday. Outside Porzingis. No good from outside.
It's tough to get open in this league, and when you do, it hurts not to capitalize.
Tatum gets the bucket.
We know Tatum's got a terrific jumper, but I like when he pounds that paint too.
Outside Edwards to win the run. Tatum with some nice D. Takes it inside. The kick out to White. And Jaden McDaniels picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game.
First personal foul. First team foul. Substitutions for the Celtics. Luke Cornett. Al Horford. Sam Hauser.
Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And we've reached the end of the first quarter. If you're just joining us, we played through one quarter in this one. All right, guys, what do you think so far on the offensive approach for Boston?
You figured they might want to come out and run, and it's been the key for them early. They're just feasting on fast break chances.
One other factor today, points off turnover. I mean, let's see if they can keep up the pressure, capitalize off more forced miscues.
We've got Jason Tatum, Al Horford out there with Torrey Craig. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the small forward. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. And there's the call on Al Horford. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
Horford with a steal.
The pump fake's a risk because you're exposing the ball. You have to be careful because a solid defender will easily steal it.
Craig with a screen. And Mike Conley picks up the foul. That's his first foul.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Now here's Tatum. Clock at 6. Tatum drops the hammer.
The athletic prowess of Tatum on full display. What a move to the bucket.
Here's McDaniels. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got 3 assists in the game.
Sometimes it's simple. Put the ball in the hands of your scorers and let them do what they do best.
Tatum against Edwards. Out to Craig. Pass to Hauser. The 3 is up. And again, Boston with the triple.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Well, you know, it's been all high percentage shot for them so far. I mean, just the kind of execution you want in the first half.
Oh, are you kidding me? Wow, man.
Oh, doctor. Oh, my goodness. Anthony Edwards throwing it down with force. Get this guy in the dunk contest.
Pritchard, no good. Timberwolves trail by 12. Conley goes in. Pass to Randall. And here's Edwards outside. And Craig pulls it down. Boston's gotten 6 of 11 threes to go in this game. Horford finds Tatum. The 3. Tatum drills the 3. Well, Brad, you were an excellent defender in your day. So who was the toughest player you had to guard?
Well, there's so many great players. Michael, LeBron. But let's talk about the late, great Kobe Bryant. I mean, he really had no weaknesses. And even if you defended him perfectly, there's a good chance he can still make the shot.
This is Gobert's comfort zone, using his size to capitalize down there.
Outside Craig. Beyond the arc. Rebound Minnesota. And here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Edwards, a pass to Gobert.
And, you know, you give Edwards credit for making the right decision there, feeding his teammate. Smart, good basketball.
Here's Pritchard. He's scoreless. Off target from outside. For 3, Conley. Hauser grabs the board.
Yeah, you know, he usually makes you pay from that range.
And Anthony Edwards has stated that his goal is to ultimately surpass Michael Jordan.
Hey, look, that is a lofty goal to run after. I don't know if he'll catch him, but I like the fact that he's ambitious enough and confident enough to put it out there. His ability speaks for itself. This guy's a star already, and his star continues to shine. His work ethic and confidence give me belief that he's going to have a chance to at least get close to that. We know about 25 years ago, there was a guy named Kobe Bryant who sought to do something similar to what MJ did, and he got pretty close to matching.
Three-pointer, no good. Celtics lead by 10. 51 seconds left in the first half. Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Conley. Hauser knocks down the triple. Hauser's got 8 points here in the quarter.
Intelligent ball movement. The offense looking one step ahead there.
Conley finds McDaniels. Yes, great play by Conley to set it up. Conley's got his 4th assist in this one.
Strong work inside by the 6'9" Jaden McDaniels, showing how effective he can be down there.
And it's Tatum missing.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it. That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
To the left wing. Fires the three. Hey, Horford from range.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
Picked by Gobert. For three, Conley. And it goes! Big shot at the buzzer.
It just nails the three. Way to clip.
Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter. And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly in the second. One of the stories here, Jaden McDaniels getting it done today.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Kicking off the second half, here's Chris Finch's 5. Conley and Ann are the 1 and the 2. Julius Randle out there with Jaden McDaniels. And it's Reed in at the 5, down low. Outside Conley. The Timberwolves need to get off a shot here. Puts the move on. And Reed with a lay-in.
A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half.
For three, Porzingis. Wow, Porzingis with the triple.
Well, I tell you what, Porzingis has such a fluid shooting motion. I mean, it looks so good and soft coming out of his hand.
Conley passes to Reed. And stolen by Holiday. 2-on-1 as they jump out on the break. And Brown, the bucket on the assist by Holiday. Brown's got 5 points.
Great teamwork on that drive. Punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense can get set.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. 1 free throw coming up. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. DiVincenzo comes in for Mike Conley. And it's Holiday with the ball for the Boston Celtics. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. On the wing, Tatum. Tatum, a screen on DiVincenzo. Holiday finds Tatum. Just 5 to shoot. Picked his pocket. On the wing, Alexander Walker launches a 3. Boston pulls it in. It's Brown on the wing. Three-pointer off the mark. Timberwolves trail by 12. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
White for 3. Edwards pulls it in. The Timberwolves have got 2 of 3 from the floor in this third quarter. Reed for 3. Sends it home from three-point land. 7 points in the game.
Getting the ball to somebody ready to stroke it. Selfless play by Edwards there.
Again, the miss by Boston.
Man, that's his shot. Maybe he was too wide open.
Reed passes to Edwards. And now we're 3 minutes into this third quarter of play. Misses in close. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver is highly encouraged by the growth of the game. He said, in addition to being the fastest growing sport in the world, we are the #1 participation team sport in the United States. Boys and girls are playing basketball in record numbers. Love to hear it, Brian.
No doubt. The game's in a great place right now, Allie. Thank you. Outside Tatum from deep. And again, Boston with the triple.
Well, I like how Tatum had his hands up and ready to go on that catch and shoot. Well done.
Outside for Randall. Outside Edwards. Back to Randall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he banks in the layup. Randall's got 8 points.
Boy, down low, Randall can throw those 250 LBs around and create havoc. Tough for the defense to slow him down.
Three-pointer, Holiday. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Here's DiVincenzo. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
I don't think the defense was ready for DiVincenzo to get assertive like that. Dunking right on top of him there. Oops, upside your head.
Right side, Porzingis. Over Edwards. The rebound by the Timberwolves. Randall's got his 4th rebound in this one. Outside, DiVincenzo. No good with the triple. Boston leading by 9. For 3, Porzingis. Anthony Edwards with a rebound. Minnesota's gone only 1 of 3 from deep here in the third. Three-pointer goes up. Three-pointer goes down for White.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
Certainly. I mean, they saw a weakness in the perimeter defense and took advantage of it.
His nimbleness makes him a unique threat at the rim.
Outside Holiday. There's Tatum with the 3. And no good. Trying to get that one to fall. And so it's the Boston Celtics earning this break in the action, up 10. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Timberwolves trail by 10. It's Tatum at the 4 with Horford at the 5. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 3 slot. That's the Boston 5. Horford finds Tatum for 3. Horford can't hit. Here's Shannon. Lets the 3 fly. Connects from downtown. Shannon's got his first 3 points of the game.
And, you know, even though he's not a lights-out shooter from deep, the defense still has to be more aggressive there.
Right side Ingles. Three-pointer. Hauser grabs the board. Celtics lead by 7. 4-3. Again, the miss by the Celtics. Here's Dillingham.
Nasty right there. Oh, my goodness, that was wicked.
What a nasty finish. Playing from behind, it's amazing he chose to dunk with that high a difficulty rating.
Yeah, no question. That was a stellar move with plenty of swagger.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Here's Pritchard. Boston again missing. Timberwolves trail by 5. Miller on the wing. Horford covering. Here's Dillingham. Here's Gobert. Crafty move. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, they did a tremendous job keeping guys fresh. Their aggressiveness took over, showcased by their points off the fast break.
And the defense has been disruptive, forcing turnovers, challenging shots. the turnovers they've been able to turn into points, too.
Holiday passes to Porzingis. Ooh, Gobert with a steal. Pass to Garza to tie it up. Boston with a rebound. Porzingis has got rebound number 5 here tonight. White for 3. He buries it from 3. And the Celtics lead by 6.
White that time, feeling the separation, was able to shoot that shot with rhythm.
Conley. Back to Daniels. Shot clock at 5. And that one falls. His 5th basket in 7 tries.
Basically just ignored that contact inside. Really tough finish by McDaniels.
Pass to White. Porzingis sets a screen. Puts up a 3. McDaniels with the rebound.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
And the call will be against Jason Tatum. That's his first foul of the game.
Personal foul. Second team foul. Now into the lineup for the...
Here's Conley. Pass to Gobert. It's stolen by Holiday. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Yeah, yeah, completely a brain fade. I don't know where that came from. Just lost sense of time and the situation.
DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets yanked soon. I mean, that's how bad his shot selection has been.
White against Edwards. There's a minute 34 left in the 4th quarter here. Uneasy 2 on the layup.
At every level, Edwards has been the go-to guy for his team. It's in his DNA.
Porzingis with a screen on DiVincenzo. And Holiday powers it home.
I tell you, boy, he comes up big at the right time. I love his demeanor, though. His disposition says all business, and I'm ready for whatever is needed.
Back to Gobert. Randall finds McDaniels. Shot clock at 6. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
Yeah, and you know, when Edwards is aggressive, I think it forces defenders to try to get physical back. And when he's close to the rim, he usually is able to draw the foul as a result.
He's off on the free throw. Unable to get the second one to drop.
And by missing that free throw, now a 3 could even the score. Not ideal.
Pass to White. Ooh, McDaniels with a steal. Edwards, a pass to Randall. And it's in. Oh, what a sensational bucket. That brings him within 1. Grant, they'd love to milk the clock here.
No question. They're in a great situation right here.
Tatum, a screen on Gobert. Porzingis passes to White. 5 on the clock. They kick it out to Porzingis. Porzingis, big strides.
This is what Gobert is known for, his ability to swat shots away with ease.
Randall, left side. Outside Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. For the win! And he hits it! And the officials are headed to the scorer's table to review this one. Let's see what happens here. It'll be on to overtime if the original ruling of no basket is confirmed.
Yeah, the
feature top-tier athleticism.
And Kevin, that bodes well for us, right? There's a lot of speed, some great athleticism. I'm sure we're going to get some highlight reel plays tonight.
And the starting lineup for the Timberwolves. Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Randall out there with Gobert, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Now, here's Holmgren. Wiggins finds Williams. That ball's nice feed that time from Wiggins.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Back to DiVincenzo. Out to Edwards. Pass to DiVincenzo. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Great feed. Edwards has such a complete game. He's much more than just a scorer.
And despite his young age, Coach Van Gundy, Anthony Edwards' leadership qualities growing day by day.
Yeah, Kevin, and a lot of it's because he is great at both ends of the court. Confident, charismatic, upbeat. He's learning that delicate balance between taking over a game and bringing his teammates along for the ride.
So it's Minnesota now, following the score by Oklahoma City. Edwards with it. Dort covering. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Just a ferocious play by Edwards, taking the contact but staying committed to his finish.
Here's Dort. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Yeah, he makes it look so easy out there. The game comes naturally to him.
Here's Edwards.
And it's a great finish! Oh, my. Wow, this is how explosive Edwards can be. He finishes with such force at the rim.
It's stolen by DiVincenzo. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Here's Gobert. Out to Edwards. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Thunder have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. I was able to talk with Mark Daigneault for a minute. The first thing Coach brought up, Rudy Gobert, the multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year. Worried about Rudy's length, of course, saying it causes total havoc around the rim. So the counter is lots of threes and avoiding Gobert in the lane. The French center still with a massive effect on the game plan. Kevin?
Thank you, David. Here's Wiggins following the bucket by the Timberwolves. 6 to shoot. Jordan screen on Randall. Williams. And rebounded by McDaniels.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Last year, Coach, as you know, the Timberwolves making it to the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, that equaled their deepest run in team history, dropping that series to the Mavs. Minnesota has never been to the finals, one of 5 franchises who've yet to get there.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Wallace is checked in. That one drops for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that. That's inexcusable defense right there. You gotta contest the shot better than that.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Pass to Williams. High, arcing shot. The shot, no good. Great D that time from Edwards. Timberwolves leading by 3. No one near Randall as he lets it go. From outside, off the mark.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Count it.
Very good inside. Dort's got great upper body strength.
DiVincenzo with it. Now defended by Wiggins. Edwards dishes to Gobert. Back to Edwards. Lets it go with the three. And he's good on the three ball. Edwards got 7 points.
Well, you have to be careful with Edwards on the arc because he is completely fearless.
Outside Williams. Wiggins from outside. Near the three-point line, it's Holmgren. Wallace with a screen on Edwards. Wallace outside. Got a piece of it. Tries to keep it alive. No shortage of scoring here at the end of the first quarter. Timberwolves lead by 4. And back with the start. And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Minnesota?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And we also have seen them continue to fire from deep. With the results they're seeing, you can understand why.
And so in the game for the Timberwolves, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Randall, and it's DiVincenzo in at the point. Knocked away and stolen by Wallace. Here's Caruso.
And when Gobert is playing with this kind of aggression on that end, there aren't many better at defending it.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Hartenstein passes to Williams. Hartenstein with a screen on Randall. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Williams has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Rudy Gobert continues to embrace the challenge of elite rim protection. He said competition is what it's about. Sometimes I'm going to get dunked on, and sometimes I'll get the block. But I'm not going to stop coming and doing what I do. I'll be there every time. Kevin?
David, just like you. Thanks so much. Chang, he's checked in from Oklahoma City.
Well, when they're playing off you, you have to make them pay. And he couldn't.
Here's Hartenstein. Takes it off the glass. Hartenstein's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, I'd call this ideal scoring distance. It's almost too easy.
DiVincenzo kicks to Edwards. Ball's knocked loose and taken away by Wallace. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Yes, that goes in.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Randall with the bucket. Stan, of all the different styles of offense in this NBA, what style is the toughest to defend, toughest to stop?
Kevin, I don't think there's really any difference in terms of styles or systems in terms of what's tough to stop. It's players. And it's how well a system maximizes their best players. That's what makes teams tough to stop. You can hear him sputtering all the way over here. He knows he should have knocked that one down.
Edwards tries in. That's another one for him. His 5th in just 7 shots.
Well, everything about Edwards' drive makes it dangerous. His speed, his agility, and his lack of fear.
From past the arc. Offensive rebound. Pass to Gobert. Goes back up. That shot, no good. Thunder trailing by 6. Now here's Caruso. Chang, the pass to Wallace. They get a hand on it, and here is Caruso. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Gilgeous-Alexander gets it to go. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 4 points in the quarter.
Oh, silky smooth shot there by Gilgeous-Alexander. He knew the floater was the right move to beat the defense.
On the wing, DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. Fires the 3. Bangs home the trifecta. Randall's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Timberwolves. From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. And he's able to get it back. Wallace finds Hartenstein. to Randall. Shot on the wing, and it falls over the rim and in. Randall's got the lead up to 9 now for Minnesota.
And the intelligence of Randall evident on that play. Fantastic at picking the right shots to take in this offense.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Wallace. From downtown, here's Hartenstein, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
Relentless effort creates the second chance opportunity.
Randall is doubled. And there's the foul. We'll go on Alex Caruso. That'll be his second foul of the game. And a new group getting ready for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Jalen Williams comes in for Jang. Aaron Wiggins, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. And it's Dort in for Wallace. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. It's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Of the two offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
McDaniels kicks to DiVincenzo. It could go. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. Julius Randle getting it done for the Timberwolves. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. Back right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him, really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, he's found his spots, been patient with his shot selection, and it's paid off for himself and the team.
The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the 3, the small forward. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. Alex Caruso, he's checked in for Aaron Wiggins. Here's Dort. Minnesota with the rebound.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
You know, Coach, what more can you ask? The reigning 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Rudy Gobert.
Well, Kevin, since you asked, his impact in the playoffs hasn't always been the same as during the regular season. That's got to be the next step.
It's stolen by Gobert. DiVincenzo passes to McDaniels. Gobert in the corner. All sorts of time. And Holmgren pulls it down. Thunder trailing by 11. To the left side wing. A wide open look here for Caruso. Nailed from three-point land.
And running offense through Holmgren. Great court awareness and really unselfish.
Driving in.
Just rubbing it in their faces with that dunk.
He is never going to take his foot off the pedal.
Yeah, they're not pulling any punches here. Even the guards are attacking fast.
That one falls.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
Randle with a screen for McDaniel. To the wing right side. Here's Randle. Caruso grabs the miss.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Here's Randle. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Randle's got 16.
And we've seen Randle add a three-point shot. However, this is the area of the court he's most comfortable, that mid-range.
And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Thunder making a switch here. Wallace is checked in, and a change for the Timberwolves. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. DiVincenzo finds Randall. DiVincenzo with the screen on Williams. Back to DiVincenzo. 6 on the shot clock. Randall surveying the D. And he gets the bucket. And the Timberwolves lead by 10.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Here's Caruso. And Oklahoma City again with the bucket.
And look at how quick he was to bite on the pump fake. Left his feet way too soon.
Taken away by Williams. Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. It's stolen by Gobert. Deflects the pass. Pass to Caruso. Knocks down the 3-ball. And now just a 5-point Timberwolves lead.
Oh, nice job there from Holmgren. His guys appreciate when they're open, he gets them the ball.
DiVincenzo with the screen on Williams. Randall, 2 points. That one goes. He's got 18. Well, Stan, as a former coach, I imagine it has to be hard for you to watch basketball as a fan.
Well, it is. It's very hard, almost impossible. I'm almost always watching from a coach's standpoint, an X and O standpoint. But I will say, even when I was standing on the sidelines, NBA players are so good that you have fan moments even while you're coaching.
It seems like every game we see something we've never seen before, right?
I can remember turning around to my assistants and saying, can you believe that?
Randall against Williams. Here's Alexander Walker. Nice shot from the wing. Alexander Walker's got 4 this quarter. Now here's Caruso. Defended by Alexander Walker. Nice shot by Wallace.
And that assist got him a little nod from his teammate after that one.
Timberwolves leading by 4. Here's Randall. Second chance effort. He makes his 9th shot of the game. He has only missed 4.
And how about the touch there inside? And that's where Randall likes to get the ball, and you can see why.
Here's Williams. And the layup is good. Williams has got 7 points.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Edwards passes to Alexander Walker. Over in the corner, Randall. Edwards with the screen. And that's it for the third quarter. Both teams scoring well as we head to the fourth. Minnesota on top, up. And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the fourth quarter. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 4-point game. So on the floor for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. And it's Reed in at the center position. Shot clock at 5. Here's Joe. No good from outside. Timberwolves leading by 4. Inside, here's Miller. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Oklahoma City's gotten the three-point shot off 16 times tonight. 7 times they've hit it, 9 times they've missed. Minnesota's gone 5 of 8 from three-point land. 15 points and a deep ball for them tonight. Out to Edwards. There's the triple. Edwards with confidence.
Man, Edwards gets great lift off the floor with shooting that jumper.
Hartenstein passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Jones, no one around him. A three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Out to Conley from the arc. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
I'll tell you, you give Conley the ball and trust him to make the right decision.
Here's Caruso. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Stolen by Michael Conley. And there's the foul. Going Alex Caruso. And that'll be his third foul so far. Dort, he's checked in for the Thunder. Timberwolves also changing it up. Einad's checked in, and it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. Back to Reed. Fades. Count the basket. Reeves got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
And, you know, it's one thing to get the offensive rebound, but then how about the loud bucket he's able to convert?
He was in perfect position under the hoop, Greg. You're right. Once he gets his hands on the miss. Pass to Reed. Launches a three. It's rebounded by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Joe can't get it to go.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Reed misses. Thunder trailing by 10. Dort gets to Gilgeous-Alexander. Einad pulls it in. Minnesota's gotten off 4 3-pointers in the final quarter, and 2 of them have fallen. And the Thunder with some changes. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Jones. And Aaron Wiggins is subbed in for Isaiah Joe. Wiggins dishes to Holmgren. Holmgren with a screen on DiVincenzo. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Gilgeous-Alexander's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Oklahoma City. It's Randall with the drive. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Dort passes to Holmgren. He takes it in, and the dunk by Holmgren.
Unflappable. I mean, no moment is too big for Holmgren. They needed that basket.
Randall left side. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
And taking a quick look here, guys, at the hustle screens for Minnesota.
Well, their shot blocking. The defensive effort level has been great. You got to love that intensity.
And another difference maker for them has been their opportunistic defense, that they are really piling up the steals in this one.
Cason Wallace, he's checked in for Aaron Wiggins.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can count on him to continue missing.
And once again off the mark by Minnesota. They're trailing by 6. Gilgeous-Alexander sets the screen for Wallace. It's stolen by Edwards. McDaniels passes to DiVincenzo. Here's Randall from 16 feet away. He cans it.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Yeah, he's leaving no doubt in this one. Doing everything he can to slam the door on a comeback.
Out to Wallace. Gilgeous-Alexander, a screen on McDaniel. Wallace. Back to Williams. And the 3 off target. Guys, you've got to think a basket here would seal it.
No question. That would be all she wrote.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Randall finds DiVincenzo. Back to Randall. 4 on the shot clock. A fadeaway. He gets that one. And now a 10-point Timberwolves lead. And so the Timberwolves take the win. This was a hard... All right, David, thank you. And that about wraps it up.
guard matchup.
These guys are lethal one-on-one, but I think the key is to keep their teammates involved, playing unselfish basketball.
Looking at the starting 5 for Boston. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position.
I'll tell you, that jumper from Gilgeous-Alexander is smooth and under control.
Now here's Holiday. And stolen by Williams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Launches it from deep. Rebound Boston.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
To the middle. Here's Porzingis. And a slam dunk by Porzingis.
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Dort. From downtown. Ooh, another miss by Gilgeous-Alexander.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
That shot wide open.
You know this is coming with Brown. He is a ruthless sniper outside.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 for 3 so far. And how about Jaylen Brown, Richard? Named to his first All-NBA team in 2023. A very important piece to him.
NBA, what timing. It made Jaylen eligible for the Supermax. At the time, it was the largest contract in NBA history. And how did he follow it up? He won the Larry Bird Award as the best player in the Eastern Conference playoffs.
Clean look from mid-range. Coach will probably want to run that play again.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Mark Dagnall. We talked about some of the challenges that they'll face tonight, not the least of which is defending Jason Tatum. He said the guy plays with so much confidence. He's a great scorer from all 3 levels. He can go for 40, 50, 60 in a night. We just have to try and make someone else beat us.
Great work, Allie. Thanks. Count that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
Now here's Tatum. They kick it out to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. That one falls.
What muscle on that finish. It's hard trying to prevent Tatum from converting.
Gilgeous-Alexander with the ball. Picked up by Tatum. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. Outside for Gilgeous-Alexander. From the arc. Porzingis grabs the board. The Celtics have gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Kick out to Brown. Back to White. Dort with a steal. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Here's Williams. And Williams punches it home.
And the quickness in transition. I mean, I like watching Williams convert in these situations.
Holiday finds White. Fires for 3. Always a nice way to start. Makes his first one.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Holmgren. There's 1:40 left to play in the first quarter. Williams on the wing, and that'll be Oklahoma City's ball as it goes out of bounds. Thunder able to keep possession.
He clipped the ball there, but not enough to nab the steal.
That's fine. You love the effort, not making things easy for the opposition on offense.
The Thunder making a switch here. Wallace is checked in. The Celtics also with a sub. Horford, he's checked in for Tatum. And here's Horford. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. The shot by Holiday, no good. Pass to Holmgren. 1:10 left in the first quarter here. And here is Williams, defended by Porzingis. And another miss by Oklahoma City.
And sometimes on defense, you can just get lucky.
It's Brown on the wing. Outside Holiday. Fires from deep. And Horford is good for 3.
You see the great fundamentals. Horford sets up for the quick shot off the feed. No hesitation.
Boy, they need something to go to regain some confidence.
No question. Way too many empty possessions for them. This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Now here's Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
I'm not going to lie. Jaylen Brown his hops are different.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Wiggins passes to Williams. Wiggins with a screen on White. Pass to Holmgren. Here's the three. And another three for Oklahoma City.
The way he can elevate over a defender from deep, very tough to contain outside the arc.
And Brown with the stuff. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Holmgren with a screen on Brown. Williams passes to Holmgren. Here's the lob. Oh, it's blocked by Porzingis. And so, lots of scoring in a competitive first quarter. Boston out in front, up 1. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out ahead in this second quarter. And let's take a moment to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Boston.
So far, they haven't had to force anything. They're swinging the ball around and turning good passing into points.
And also, I like how they've let it fly from the three-point line. Shooting with confidence so far in this one.
They've got Isaiah Hartenstein. Kenrich Williams is out there with Alex Caruso. Then it's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Wallace in a 2-guard. That's the lineup for Oklahoma City. And Williams punches it home.
Then put your head down and go to work. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, when the game is up for grabs like this one has been, it's all about the attention to detail.
And he recovers it. Back to Tatum. Ooh, it's stolen by Gilgeous-Alexander. He's all alone.
Oh,
yes.
Whoa.
Throw it down.
Oh. Yeah, when Shai goes all out, catching up to him is not an option. And he is gone.
There's the foul. It's on Cason Wallace. That's his first foul of the game. Jang, he's checked in for Williams.
Number 13.
Tatum against Gilgeous-Alexander. Craig up top. Still without a bucket. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Tatum. Oh, and a great bucket from Tatum. Taking the hit.
This is how confident Tatum is. Knows he can score inside whenever he wants.
Among the best in the NBA for a few years now, Jason Tatum. RJ, he's still quite young. How can he get even better?
Oh, he can just get wiser and wiser, and that's what happens with young players. They get to a physical level where they can dominate, but where they get better is mentally. They get mentally stronger as they get into these experiences.
Holmgren, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Lou Dort comes in for Wallace. Kristaps Porzingis, he's checked in for Boston. Drew Holiday comes in for Craig. Pure from three-point range.
Few bigs stretch the floor like Porzingis. He can be just deadly from the arc.
Oh, wasted no time on that one. And the Celtics lead by 2. And the chess match continues.
7 lead changes already, and we're still in the first half.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander. No good. He's missed 5 of his 8 attempts. Tatum on the drive. They kick it out to Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Pass to Pritchard. Porzingis with a screen on Caruso. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over. So for Oklahoma City, Jalen Williams, he's checked in for Hartenstein. And it's Wiggins in for Caruso. Jaylen Brown, he's checked in for Boston. White comes in for Pritchard. Holmgren finds Williams. Holmgren inside, working on Porzingis. Wiggins outside. Back to Dort. Wiggins against Brown. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds in the game. Brown passes to White. Grant, there's such intense rivalries at the college level. Do any of those carry over to the NBA?
Oh, BA, they sure do. I was part of some serious college rivalries. There was a lot of trash talk from the guys on the other side. It didn't stop that much after we got to the NBA.
Three-pointer Holiday. That one falls. He's now 1 for 3.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. The Thunder making a switch here. Joe's checked in. And the Celtics also making a change. Al Horford's checked in for Tatum. Oh, Brown inside. Hey, he's more than just a shooter.
A very athletic play by Brown. Getting the ball inside and working his way to a high percentage shot.
Horford with a steal. White, the pass to Holiday. Out left to the wing. For three, Porzingis. And it's Holmgren with a rebound.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's a shot he typically makes.
And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
Brown finds Porzingis. Brown, a screen on Wiggins. Back to Brown. Let's go with a three. Oklahoma City grabs the miss.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Outside for Dort to halt the run. Sinks the tray. So Dort's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Boston leading by 4.
If they take their time, this will be the final possession of the quarter.
Yeah, it's all about clock management with these situations. Let's see how it plays out.
Tough break for the defense. I mean, he took the hit, but he didn't get the call.
Number 30, Sam Hauser.
16 seconds left in the second quarter. White looking it over. To the wing on the left. It's picked off. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Boston out in front. They lead by 4. And we'll see you back here after the break. Third quarter action in just a bit.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court and get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drum line. They're measuring up the shot.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Wow, it's been quite a game for Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. The 2 Jays, Brown at the 3 and Tatum at the 4. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And so Holiday will bring it up for the Celtics. 4-point game. Well, Richard, with the career he's had, it's hard to believe Drew Holiday has only made 2 All-Star teams.
Well, that speaks to how much talent is at the guard position in this league. But it also shows how we tend to award offense over defense because Drew, his impact is truly felt on the defensive end.
Caruso, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Caruso outside. There's the triple. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Boston leading by 4. Kick out to Brown. Holiday from long range. Counted from distance. Holiday's got 6 points.
With balance and good rhythm, Holiday serves as an effective catch-and-shoot player.
Williams from long range. That one's good. And so Gilgeous-Alexander with the assist.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
Porzingis with a screen on Williams. Outside Porzingis. White the pass to Tatum. And the Celtics another 3.
This is what great scorers do. Tatum rises to the three-point challenge.
Takes a 3. Boston pulls it in. And here's Brown. 9 points in the game. Outside Porzingis. Brown, a screen on Williams. For 3, Porzingis. Caruso grabs the board.
Shocking that he just bricked that one. The defense got real lucky there.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Porzingis finds Brown. Here's Brown. Whoa! Jaylen Brown, do it!
Come on, Jaylen, that's just ridiculous.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside for Dort. From outside the arc. And there's a whistle. That'll belong to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his third foul of the game. Williams is checked in for Williams. Pritchard's checked in for Boston. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Porzingis sets a screen. Pass to Brown. Shot clock at 6. Porzingis misses.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
So for Oklahoma City, Wallace comes in for Dort, and Joe subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And the basket by Joe.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Outside Tatum. It's stolen. And a fast break now for the Thunder. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
A sharp steal and some quick offense cuts it down to a one-possession game. Well done.
Holiday with the ball. Watched by Wallace. Pass to Hartenstein for the tie. It's good. And that'll tie this game up.
And a steal like that, with the conversion, can really start moving things in your direction.
It's Brown on the wing. Porzingis surveying the floor. The 3-ball from deep range. KP hits it.
Well, Porzingis is such a skilled shooter. He can find a look from just about anywhere.
Outside Joe. Pass to Hartenstein. Wallace outside. Oklahoma City's got to hurry. They got to get up a shot. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
And that is an absolute heartbreaker of a turnover. In a close game like this, that might be enough to impact how it ends.
Boston leading by 3. Pritchard, the pass to Brown. Back to Pritchard. Takes the 3. Joe grabs the miss. Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 6 from downtown here in the second half. Williams with the screen. Joe, the pass to Wallace. Hartenstein with it. On the wing, Caruso. Hartenstein a screen. Lets it go from deep. And there's Caruso. That one's good. On the assist from Hartenstein.
Nice ball movement there. Delivered the pass right on time.
There will be 2 minutes to review the play.
And not so fast. The officials are going to check that shot again and make sure they got it right before we go to the 4th.
While this call may not decide the game.
And we wrap up the 3rd, and it looks like it's going to be an exciting 4th. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Ooh, I'm fired up to see this dish one more time. It's always great to see your 2 guards share the wealth.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
We've reached the 4th quarter in what has been a very competitive game. Should be an exciting finish. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is out there with Cason Wallace. Then there's Isaiah Hartenstein. Then it's Alex Caruso. And it's Jones in at the 4-man position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Craig finds Tatum. Craig with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hauser. Back to Tatum. The 3 is up. Count it! And 1! He'll have a chance at a 3-point play. It's on Isaiah Hartenstein. Oklahoma City making a switch here. Joe's checked in. All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Thunder?
The name of the game in the modern NBA is making threes, spacing the court, and that's exactly what they are doing tonight.
And they've also been in the zone with the mid-range jumper. The defense has given them space, and they haven't hesitated to rise and fire.
Joe grabs the miss. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 2 from deep in this quarter. Here's Caruso outside, rebounded by the Celtics. Here's Pritchard, pass to Shireman. Here's Hauser, fires in the triple.
That's exactly the kind of shooting you need down the stretch to win games.
The drive by Shea, and slam dunk by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Defenders just clearing out, and Gilgeous-Alexander came in with a purpose.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Caruso. Pritchard gets it to go.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
Knocks it loose. Tatum with a steal. Here's Shireman, covered by Joe. Gilgeous-Alexander against Tatum. Out to Horford. Pass to Shireman. Outside Tatum. Clock at 6. Oh, it's blocked. It deflects off the backboard. Caruso outside. Sinks it from distance. Caruso's got 9 points now in the second half.
He really hooked the defender with that pump fake. It worked to perfection.
I do not care what kind of game he is having. In these moments, Tatum is just different.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Joe. And there's a pick. Pass to Caruso. Fires the 3. Boston pulls it in. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth. Here's Pritchard, covered by Joe. Tatum with a screen. Pritchard, the pass to Tatum. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. And stolen by Hartenstein. And up the court come the Thunder on the break. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone by in the fourth. A different look for Oklahoma City. Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Williams comes in for Wallace, and it's Lou Dort in for Joe. Cornette's checked in for Boston. Holiday comes in for Pritchard.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
Tatum, a screen on Williams. A shot by Holiday, no good.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for Boston. Here's Shireman. Count it!
Talk about stepping up in a big way.
What a huge play coming through when it matters most.
Williams, a screen on Holiday. Pass to Holmgren. Screen by Holmgren. Outside for Dort. Caruso outside to take the lead. Williams. It falls! A huge shot to tie it up.
Williams is like a vibe. I mean, this guy gets it. He knows they need points there, and he takes it upon himself to deliver.
And if anybody didn't know, Jason Tatum has that killer instinct just coming out in a big way.
Holmgren, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Holmgren. Jacks up a 3. And buries it from deep.
A superb three-point threat. When Holmgren is knocking down triples, he's hard to contain.
Here's Tatum. And so the big win by Oklahoma City in a
is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center. And for Minnesota, Edwards on the wing. He's joined by McDaniel. Gobert is out there with Julius Randle. And it's Conley in at the point. One thing, Doris, that should attract a lot of attention in this game, that matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J, and at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Edwards passes to Randle, and Randle throws it down.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. And Tatum pulls it down.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Oh, here's Edwards. Gobert dishes to McDaniels. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. No one near Randle as he lets it go. Drills it from outside. Randle's got 5.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
He's a guy who, if he gets hot, he can carry your offense for long stretches.
And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency across the board. The numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
And here's Brown outside. Randle grabs the board. Timberwolves have gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Gobert with a screen for Randle. Down low. Out to Conley. Shot clock at 6. Edwards passes to Gobert. And finished off by Gobert.
And vertical threat, that is Rudy Gobert. What a ferocious finish at the rim.
And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by McDaniels. Here's Brown. Porzingis with a screen on McDaniel. Over in the corner, White. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Pass to Randle. Shoots. And again, it's Minnesota converting.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Brown with it. Conley picks him up. Holiday, the pass to Brown. Outside, White. The kick out to Tatum for 3. Julius Randle with the rebound. Minnesota leading by 3. Lets the 3 fly. Jaylen Brown with the rebound. Austin's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Jaylen Brown has put it all together. He said, I'm figuring out my spots to be aggressive. That's in my DNA. But also showing how I've grown. Being a great screener, delivering passes on time and on target. That's important to being a great teammate. I'm focused on being a better basketball player. Kevin?
Yeah, and he's a smart one too, right, David? He is something else. Outstanding stuff, DA, as always. DB, ever since winning the most improved player back in 2021, Randle has stayed scoring at an incredible clip.
Yeah, Kevin, what makes this guy such a difficult matchup is his size and the ability to drive it. And now what you've seen is this evolution into a legit threat from three-point territory. He is such a difficult cover.
Here's what Minnesota's going with right now. Reed, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Alexander Walker comes in for McDaniels. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Edwards.
Well, Julius Randle, once he starts percolating, is a dangerous offensive player.
And so it's Boston with it after the basket by Minnesota. Here's Hauser. Here's Cornette. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Good work defensively by Horford.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic, but boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
Took him no time at all on that one.
And you see the unselfishness right there. Brown wanting to keep his teammates involved.
Pass to DiVincenzo. Now here's Reed. Randall surveying the D. The top of the key jumper is on the mark. Randall's got 14.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Horford, no luck.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Here's Alexander Walker. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. 5 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Pritchard. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
One eye on the rim, one on the clock. What a play.
Coaches talk about ending quarters well. You cannot do it better than that.
Julius Randle. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for the Timberwolves.
Straight away, they've opened things up offensively with skillful passing, running smart plays, and just setting guys up for success.
I think the other thing they've done a great job of is making their presence felt inside, converting tons of paint opportunities.
They've got Edwards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Miller. Then there's Reed. And it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Hauser the pass to Tatum. The Timberwolves making a switch here. Einad's checked in. Craig with it. Horford sets a screen for Craig. It's stolen by Edwards. And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. Minnesota shooting just their second attempt at the line tonight.
And just to mention, a season ago, they were very comfortable at the line, hitting about 78% of their free throws.
The Timberwolves making a switch here. Garza's checked in. Stolen by Tatum. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Horford. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. But he gets the call and will shoot 2.
You know, if you give him the opportunity, Al Horford will seek contact. He wants to get to the line.
You know, DB, I imagine any lineup could benefit from a veteran guy like Al Horford.
Boy, you just look at how younger guys on the team lean on Al. He guides them through any number of experiences. He's been a pro's pro from the moment he entered the league, and he's still having an impact with his defensive ability and range shooting.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Picked by Horford. Here's Pritchard, defended by DiVincenzo. Hauser misses.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
To the paint. Here's Ingles. And no good. Trying to use the glass. Celtics trail by 5. Horford sets a screen for Tatum. Not wasting any time and taking the shot and knocking it down. For Minnesota, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. And the wide open shot from Reed. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Boston has gone 0 of 2 from deep here in the second. Here's Tatum. Pritchard passes to Craig. Craig with a screen on DiVincenzo. Hauser misses. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for the Minnesota Timberwolves. 3-point lead. The wide open look here for Ingles. It's good from long range.
Yeah, Joe Ingles has made himself an NBA threat from the deep corner. This guy understands a good shot when he sees it.
Craig sets the screen for Tatum. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Anthony Edwards. That is his first foul of the game.
And the next one puts him in the bonus.
And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Gobert comes in for Joe Ingles. And Mike Conley subs in for Dante DiVincenzo. And then for Boston, Porzingis comes in for Al Horford. And it's Drew Holiday in for Torrey Craig. Julius Randle's checked in for Minnesota. McDaniels comes in for Alexander Walker. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Boston. Derek White comes in for Pritchard. Doors, some great shooters on this Boston team, but at times, don't you think they settle from the perimeter?
Well, Kevin, obviously, this is a coaching staff that puts a heavy emphasis on three-point shooting. They led the league in makes, they led the league in attempts. But obviously, your two best players, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, with their size and athleticism and driving ability, you want to try to find the right balance. They do a great job of that.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Boston.
Well, they're really mucking things up for the opposition, racking up steal after steal, just not letting them develop any kind of offensive rhythm.
And boy, have they started out quick, running the floor, taking advantage of their speed.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
And he's just had one attempt at the line early. You hear, Doris, people now calling Anthony Edwards one of the faces of the NBA. I'm assuming you'd agree.
100% agree, because the skills are extraordinary. The development in his decision-making has gone leaps and bounds from where it was. Beyond that, Kevin, he's a lockdown defender, one of the best competitors, fearless in the big moments, and one of the most charismatic young men in the league today. This guy is spectacular.
Here's Cornette, following the basket by Julius Randle. And Cornette gets it to go.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Well, Randle works so hard down low, earns him these fouls in the process.
The Timberwolves have shot 75% at the line tonight, going 3 for 4. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Minnesota. Boston also with the sub. Horford's checked in.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
Outside, White. 43 seconds left to play here in the half. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Now that's where you like your shots to come from.
Outside Holiday. Rebound Minnesota. Randle left side. Outside Conley. Back to Randle from outside the arc. Horford with the rebound. Boston's gone 1 of 6 from three-point land in the second quarter. Less than 20%, but they've continued to let them fly. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Out to Porzingis. Fires from deep. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 4 assists in the game.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
And always a bit of risk on those long passes. Lucky the D couldn't come up with it there.
Here's Dillingham. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way. Stolen by McDaniels. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. It's the Celtics leading by just 2. It's time now to... All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. We're seeing a tremendous game from Julius Randle.
In those first 2 quarters, he was pretty much an automatic bucket getter if he got it down low on the block.
Well, you can see why they would continue to play through him. He was tough to stop, super assertive down low, just great work.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the 5 down low. Brown finds White. And there's Brown. That's good on the assist by White. Brown's got the lead up to 4 now for the Celtics. Taken away by Holiday. Pass to Tatum. It's stolen by Gobert. McDaniels with the ball. Now guarded by Tatum. Over in the corner, Randall. Gobert with a screen on Porzingis. Open shot, Randall. And there are the Timberwolves with another bucket. Greg, we know about the Euro step, but is the D-cell the next move that's getting more notice?
I think it is, Kevin, and you can see players have quickly incorporated that into their arsenal. It's been fun to watch, man, and I tell you, it creates some uncomfortable situations.
And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. A 2-point game. To Porzingis, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there, and in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Minnesota's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Randall with a screen for Edwards. The shot will not fall. White with the defensive effort. Outside Tatum. To Porzingis. Holiday, no one around him. Again, the miss by the Celtics.
Boy, he'll usually knock it down if he's left that wide open. Just comes up empty.
And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
Here's Gobert over Porzingis, and Gobert kicks to Edwards. Outside Conley, 5 to shoot. Lobbed up there for Edwards. White, wide open, he fires. Boston, no good that time either. Minnesota in the lead. Over in the corner, Edwards. And Derek White picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. Boston also with the sub. Pritchard, he's checked in for Derek White. Edwards finds Gobert over Porzingis. Hits the jumper. Gobert has got his second bucket of the game to go.
That's how you share the rock. He does this time and time again.
To stop the run, Tatum drives in.
This guy is such a gifted offensive player. Jason Tatum, tough to handle off the dribble drive.
Here's Randall. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet. Conley's got 4 assists in the game. Tatum passes to Porzingis. Chalk up 2 there. And that's now 7 points for Porzingis.
Important points there. Got him on a nice play, getting the ball inside and right to the bucket.
And here's Edwards from the arc. And the 3 ball is good. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Boy, what a good-looking stroke. Ready on the catch, Anthony Edwards. That jumper is nice.
And the dunk by Tatum.
This guy is a high flyer. I mean, especially for a power forward, and he needs to be as an undersized player.
Gobert with a screen on Tatum. Randall dishes to Gobert. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. And some changes here for the Timberwolves. Naz Reid, he's checked in for Rudy Gobert. Clark comes in for Edwards. And it's Dante DiVincenzo in for Mike Conley. The Celtics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Pass to Hauser. Here's Pritchard, defended by DiVincenzo. Minnesota's gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
But Julius Randle is never going to back away from a defensive player. He knows he's got the strength to play through contact. Nice job drawing the foul.
And no matter what, one of the big positives they can take away from this game is how well they perform at the line.
Celtics trail by 4. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Here's Pritchard, defended by DiVincenzo. Here's Brown, to the hoop. Brown jams it in.
We've got to get this guy in the dunk contest. Jaylen Brown taking flight with that insane athleticism.
Here's Randall. And it's wow, he nails the buzzer beater.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
Julius Randle getting it done for the Timberwolves. He's up to 26 points in the game now, just keeps pouring in the buckets. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the floor generalship right here? I mean, showing us why they're always in good hands when he's the man in charge.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. Dante DiVincenzo, he's out there with Edwards. Then it's Miller. Then there's Reed. And it's Clark in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Clark into the lane. Miller with a wide open look. Hits the three-point bomb. And the Timberwolves lead by 5.
It's been like this all night for both teams. The offenses having their way.
And it is a major disadvantage down the stretch if you can't guard. This may just come down to who has the ball last.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Here's Pritchard, defended by DiVincenzo. The kick out to Tatum. And here we go with Miller running up the court. That's tipped. They retain possession. And stolen by Tatum. 3-on-3 to tie it up. And it's Tatum completing the break.
We know we're talking about a skilled scorer in these open floor situations. Jason Tatum knows where to be.
Clark left side. Miller outside. Rebounded by Hauser. The Celtics have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the 4th quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. Craig kicks to Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
Easy money for Kristaps Porzingis. That's 7-3 we're talking about.
Off the run. Porzingis with the block. And there's the call on Dante DiVincenzo. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Conley's checked in. Celtics making a switch here. Out to White. Nice ball movement by Boston. Brown the pass to Tatum. White against Edwards. The Celtics need to get a shot off. The wide open look here for Porzingis. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot. Porzingis has got the lead up to 4 now for Boston. Conley the pass to DiVincenzo. Out to Conley. Three-pointer. Porzingis with the rebound. Here are the Celtics with the ball. They're on an 11-3 run. Porzingis sets the pick for Brown. Out to Porzingis. Outside Tatum. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Now it's a 7-point Celtic lead.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You want to continue to build on this lead. Right now, still a little too close for comfort.
Pass to Reed. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. Reeves got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Conley against Holiday. Steps back. Tatum with the screen on DiVincenzo. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Minnesota making some changes. Gobert, he's checked in for Reed. Julius Randle comes in for Clark. And it's McDaniels in for Dante DiVincenzo. Edwards against White. Edwards passes to Randle. Here we go with Holiday running it up the court. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Holiday. And it's 13 points for Porzingis. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
I like their defense today, and we don't talk about that side of the ball enough. You can really change a game when you get a bunch of steals and get out in transition.
And their fast break has also been a key metric in this one. They have had a significant advantage in transition over the course of this game.
And so White will bring it up for Boston. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. The three from Tatum. Gobert pulls it in. So it's the Timberwolves now. Conley with it. He's picked up by White. Here's Edwards. Edwards making a statement.
We know this about Anthony Edwards. He is fearless in these moments. That's a big-time clutch delivery.
And Holiday kicks to Tatum. Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. There's the drive. And slam dunk by Tatum.
Unshakable trust in Jason Tatum in this sort of situation. Their staff just puts the ball in his hands and lets him make plays.
Stolen by Conley.
Second to the ball.
It's Edwards on the wing. Count it! Brown outside. Sinks the triple. So it's the Celtics picking up the win. A truly gutsy performance. All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks, for conference going head-to-head.
And, Kevin, they know each other well. They expect to meet potentially in the postseason, and I would expect a playoff atmosphere tonight.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the 3 spot. Edwards looking it over. Shoots over Dort. Edwards no good.
That might not be the shot they want him taking, even with the D backing off.
Changing ends quickly. He's rewarded with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down, but when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Gobert in the corner. Holmgren with the steal. And Williams with the clear path to the hoop. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by DiVincenzo.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Jacks up a 3. That one's not going to go. Well, Brent, we had to wait a year for it, but Chet Holmgren had an incredible rookie season.
And I don't think any talent evaluator is surprised at the way that Chet came in his first year and was able to contribute and sometimes dominate in the ways that he did. So coming back healthy, making that immediate impact, Chet Holmgren is going to be a superstar in this league. Wanting to do whatever is good for the team on any given possession, that time Dort playing unselfishly.
Randall against Williams. Randall down low. Gobert finds Edwards. Tries again, and the rejection by Holmgren. On the wing, Wiggins. McDaniels defending. Williams, a screen on DiVincenzo. He was all alone on that one.
Gilgeous-Alexander showing just how difficult he can be to guard at times.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. We talked about the matchup problems that Chet Holmgren presents. He said defensively, Chet can warp the inside of the paint. And at the other end, he's going to drag his matchup out to the three-point line. That's what makes this 7-footer such a special player. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Here is Williams. Rudy Gobert picking up that last basket. Williams can't hit.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
DiVincenzo can't hit it.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And attacking the rim. Holmgren making excellent use of that height inside.
Randall with the ball. Now defended by Wiggins. Edwards against Dort. Edwards passes to McDaniels. Randall against Wiggins. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Dort. And he can't extend the lead to double digits.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
For 3, Edwards drops in the tray.
And this is big for Edwards' confidence, wanting to keep hitting from downtown and stretching that defense. Nice answer back there. Love to see the competitiveness.
Yeah, both teams finding ways to the three-point line and trying to take advantage from distance.
Sinks the three-pointer.
Massively improved from the three-point line. Randall, a weapon here for deep.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Alexander Walker's checked in. Cason Wallace, he's checked in for the Thunder. Randall with the ball, now defended by Wiggins. Beyond the arc. Randall no good. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Thunder. 4-point game. Williams kicks to Dort. Williams in the post, defended by DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. Up top, Dort, defended by Alexander Walker. Timberwolves have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Alexander Walker on the wing. It's taken away by Wallace. One-on-one fast break. Dort wide open. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist.
Well, if you're looking for a 3-and-D player, Dort plays D, and there's your 3.
DiVincenzo kicks to Randall. McDaniel sets a screen for Randall, and he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And that does it for the first quarter. Oklahoma City up. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Thunder.
They have started this game looking to push the tempo, and it's working for them. Great job scoring in transition.
And they've sort of assumed control of this game with their pressure defensively. They've been into the ball handler. They've done a great job of swarming. So they're creating some turnovers. They're capitalizing on it.
Conley and Edwards are the guards. Reed is out there with Miller. And it's Alexander Walker in at the 3, the small forward. So that's the lineup for Minnesota.
That's one of the best three-point shooters. You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot.
And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul. And the Timberwolves making a change here. Einad's checked in. And then for Oklahoma City, Chang comes in for Kenrich Williams. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Timberwolves trail by 7. Here's Conley. Pass to Alexander Walker. And here's Reed. And he gets it to go.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Chang with a screen on Conley. Here's Joe. That 3 off the mark. Minnesota's gone 3 of 6 tonight when they've let it fly from downtown. Conley, the pass to Reed. It's in there. Conley with the assist. Reed's got 4 this quarter.
This can make it so much easier for your teammate when you throw that lead pass that gets to him right on the money, whether that's on the run or in the shooting pocket.
Now here's Conley. Still scoreless. Pass to Minot. Conley surveying the D. And he drives in. Clock at 6. It's Edwards on the wing. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Brett, one thing we've seen these days, 3-point variance. Can you explain it?
Well, Kevin, who's hot and who's not, that's basically what it comes down to. Look, coaches are going to have strategies against teams. A lot of teams are taking a lot more threes, but on a night where they are knocking down shots that you're willing to live with, that's when you just tip the cap, take the loss, and move on.
Gobert, he's checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Michael Conley.
That's pretty much not how they want to defend the three-point line. Somebody's got to shadow him out there.
Edwards kicks to Reed. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Reed's got 7 points.
Beautiful job closing the gap here. Let's see if they can sustain this run.
Well, they've shown both effort and will to get back into this one, but can they finish this one off? Can't let up now.
And finished off by Gobert.
And Gobert showing how much he wanted that basket.
Here's Jang, and finished off by Jang.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Puts it up from 15. It's rebounded by Hartenstein.
He's going to be shaking his head on that one. Knows he missed an easy one.
Yeah, you can't make them all, and you for sure you'll want him taking that kind of shot.
Now here's Jang. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. In recent years, Brent, we've seen Oklahoma City turn into a contender simply by developing their own young talent.
Yeah, blocks on sticks, on bricks, on blocks, and that's what they've done. They have not signed a free agent, big-name guy. They've built from within. They've built an incredible roster by drafting well and fostering the growth of these young players, along with a coach who has given them a lot of belief. It's been pretty magical in OKC.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Julius Randle comes in for Alexander Walker, and it's McDaniels in for Edwards.
Of all the action happening there, it's the assist that jumps out to me there. That's just a great look and a great setup for the bucket.
Now here's Reed. Over Wiggins. Reed gets the bucket. Reed's got it all tied up now for the Timberwolves. Outside, Dort. Williams passes to Dort. Wiggins sets a screen for Dort. Over in the corner, Caruso. Wiggins outside. Off target from outside. Minnesota's gotten a success rate of just over 50% from three-point tonight. 4 of 7 shooting. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Williams is checked in. Both free throws good from Reed. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. Caruso, no good. Minnesota's gotten both of their three-point attempts to go down here in the second quarter. Reed in the post. Working on Holmgren. Oklahoma City's gone 6 of 12 from outside. A very nice 50% mark. Shooting the three ball well.
Dort not lacking confidence with that kind of look.
And the foul called on Jalen Williams. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. The Timberwolves have gone 4 for 5 for the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And at the line last season, about 78% as a team. Pretty solid numbers.
Caruso, no good. DiVincenzo with it. Randle outside. Right wing. McDaniels gets a wide open look. Cans the shot from the wing. And the Timberwolves lead by 4.
Nice delivery there. You can't hesitate when a man comes free on the perimeter. He got it. Went right into the shot.
Naz Reid has been on display for Minnesota. What a quarter that saw them generate a great comeback effort and are now out in front with momentum behind them. Back to the action in just a minute. Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Naz Reid with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Yeah, it's been a great performance from him. Really staying focused on quality shots.
Yeah, this is showing that they're not going to play at anybody else's pace but their own.
Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. The post pair form will be Williams and Holmgren. Gilgeous-Alexander runs things with Dort to his side. And it's Wiggins in at the small forward.
Well, a solid facilitator that helps that the defense thinks that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going to shoot, not pass.
Gobert, Thunder with the rebound. Brett, there can't be any question now that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has arrived as an NBA superstar.
No doubt about it, Kevin. I mean, you finish in the top 3 of MVP voting. That is a stamp of approval. SGA, one of the more feared players in the game, and this guy is on his way.
And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you. Here is Edwards after Oklahoma City gets the 3. Outside for Randle. Gobert with a screen for Randle. And the jumper is on the mark. Randle's got 5 now.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Oklahoma City.
Williams gets the bucket.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point.
So it's Minnesota now, after Oklahoma City gets the three. Here's Randall. Randall can't get that one to fall. On offense, here are the Thunder. Some momentum with a 15-2 run underway. Stolen by McDaniels. And now the fast break. Edwards with the ball. The 17-footer. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Edwards kicks to McDaniels. No one near Randall as he lets it go. Trains the three-pointer. He's got 8.
Randall keeping you honest here. Not a knockdown shooter from that range, but is showing more and more that he's capable of doing just so.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, both of them looking towards the three-point line. And I like to see that, especially when the results are made buckets.
And showing he can make plays for others. Edwards moving it with conviction.
Kicks it out to Wiggins. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And it's Dort off the drive. Count that bucket. Dort's got 5 points in the quarter.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Well, this team did something in halftime, going from a mild-mannered half-court executing team to some heroic shooting in the second half.
The Thunder leading by 8. Pass to Holmgren. 1:11 left to play in the third. To the middle. The kick out to Williams. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for McDaniels. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's checked in. Gobert with a screen for Randall. That's to Gobert. Second shot opportunity. Outside for Randall. On the wing, DiVincenzo. The Timberwolves again can't hit. They play the clock right, then go 2 for 1.
Just got to time it up right.
Hartenstein finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Holmgren. It's Dort on the wing. There's the 3. The rebound by Edwards. Timberwolves trail by 8. Over in the corner, Randall. Here's the 3. Connects from three-point range. Randall's got a pair of threes now here in the third for the Timberwolves. Driving the lane. Takes the 3. No good there. And here is Holmgren. Here's Gilgeous. What a play. Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the period.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder, bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And their three-point shooting has paved the way for them. We come back right after this. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Well, sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Conley and Edwards are the guards. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Reed. And it's Garza in at the center, locking down the middle. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. Alexander Walker passes to Reed. Bucket is good. Reed's got 19 points.
That's an excellent play call to free him up from the defense.
Well, taking advantage of that opportunity, it does not get any more high percentage than that one.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. The Timberwolves trail. Pass to Garza. Reed against Hartenstein. To tie it up. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
great intensity here down the stretch. He's not one to shrink in the moment.
I'll take a look at him. Locked in right now in this moment. Wants the ball in his hands and feels real comfortable with the shot he's taking.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Minnesota. Dante DiVincenzo comes in for Alexander Walker. There is just no way to tell who is going to pull this one out.
When you've had this many lead changes, you're looking to see which one of those plays is going to be a momentum swing.
Reed with a screen on Caruso. Pass to Ingles. It's tipped. Williams with the steal. And now in transition, here's Williams. Here we go. Count it, and the foul. Michael Conley picks one up. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Thunder.
All game long, they've had active hands and really out in the passing lanes. And that aggression on defense has resulted in a ton of steals.
You also have to admire the way they've gotten out and run in transition. And they've run wide, they've run their lanes, they've been doing it with a great pace. That's produced some easy scores.
Reed, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Gilgeous-Alexander's checked in for Isaiah Joe. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Williams. A three-pointer, no good. Timberwolves trail by 5. It's Edwards on the wing. Three-pointer. That shot off.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Got to hold firm or you're going to get a call.
Chet Holmgren, he's checked in for Hartenstein. Reed gets the bucket.
Well, Randall, when he has the ball in his hands, aware that there might be an open teammate, that time he found him.
From deep, Gilgeous-Alexander buries the long-range jumper. And the Thunder lead by 6.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
And that shot isn't the one they should be taking if they want to make this comeback happen.
Holmgren gets the bucket.
And once Holmgren gets the ball in there, he can finish in so many ways.
Randall passes to Edwards. Now Reed, a three ball, hits it from three-point range. Reed's got 13 points now in the quarter.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Williams sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Holmgren. A three. They get it again.
And just because he might not be as big as some of the other guys that are on the floor, it doesn't dissuade him from getting in there and playing fearlessly on the glass.
Poked away. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. A three. Makes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
He's making plays all over the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander will not be stopped.
Reed finds DiVincenzo. Wants to get it to Edwards and does. Handle a screen on Wallace. Back to DiVincenzo. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Randall against Williams. Gilgeous-Alexander, that's a 2-pointer. Doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Randall. This one for 3. Edwards can't hit. Oh, and a fast break for Oklahoma City. Wasted no time on that one. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 11 now for the Thunder.
And they came in determined to take this one. It's going to be a happy flight home.
Yeah, when you step into an opposing team's arena and you can play with this type of composure, boy, that food tastes good on the way out of town.
Cans it from downtown.
Saw the opportunity to put this away, and you could see the killer instinct take over.
Yeah, up until that point, a competitive game, but once they broke through that barrier, it was all them. Complete control.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them.